everybody. Welcome back to a bonus episode of Jessica Drives where I am driving home because I got to leave work early today. Why do I get to leave early? Because the phone system where I work at is shut off at 4:30 and my hours have been adjusted accordingly. So, yay, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I'm actually okay with this. I don't mind this at all. I mean, I literally was sitting there twiddling my thumbs for half a freaking hour the last 2 days. Yesterday, finding out that the phone system shut off at 4:30. You know that, right? No, nobody told me that. So that was the wonderful office manager that was so nice enough to walk by and go, why are you still here? Because I work till 5. You know the phones are shut off at 4:30, right? The what? That's my exact phrase. The what? The what? Yeah, they're shut off at 4:30. So my hours have now been adjusted accordingly. So I am now 8 to 4:30, which is fine by me. That means I can go home a little earlier. I can fight traffic a little sooner. This is what I'm doing now. And I can effectively have an extra half an hour to myself. So in hindsight, that means that I should, if there's a God anyway, be able to do some pretty cool stuff. I know, like I said this morning, I have to do a thing for OnlyFans because I got my posting reminder. I have, obviously, this video has to go up, so that's going to take some time, effort, lots of bodies, but, you know, it is what it is. I think I might have to take my boobs down a size because my back is really starting to hurt more than I thought it was, and I'm starting to think it might actually be my boobs now, which sucks if it is, but I've been working on my back, so it shouldn't be my boobs. I don't think it is my boobs. I think it's just the way I was sleeping the last couple of nights, and I think changing that up and flipping my mattress over is helping, which is a good thing. So hopefully, because it hasn't hurt as bad today. Not as bad as it did yesterday and the day before. So maybe just the way I changed up how I slept last night might have done it. So no, I might be in the clear. I can keep my big boobs because I want my big boobs, which is my topic of today's video, boobs. At least it's bonus one, it's boobs. So yes, YouTube, I'm going to talk about tits, tatas, melons, gazongas, meat balloons, saltwater balloons, depending on who you are. Yes, so we're talking about boobs. Obviously, no secret, I like big boobs. I kind of feel like if nothing else I get out of my transitioning, I at least want to have that, just like large breasts. And I know somebody's going to look at me and say, you're just superficial. That's the only thing you want. You don't know anything about any of the struggles it is to be, a woman, things like that. True, I don't. But at the same time, you don't know what it's like to be transgender and live our lives. Each one of us is extremely different, just like each and every single woman is extremely different. So you can't say that I don't have the same sort of feelings that, say, my friend Jill, who, is a natural. She was born female. You don't, I'm not going to admit that, I'm not going to say that I have an easier life than her. God, no. Hell no. I'm not going to say that there are things that have come easy to her because she's female. No. There's not stuff that came to me easily because I was male. I hated that. That's one of the reasons why I was so glad I started my transitioning, was to get rid of that, just that generality of my life. I mean, I could walk by other guys at like Walmart or Target or at a convenience store, and they're just like, yeah, they'll nod and do that. Oh, yes, yeah, that nod thing that guys always did. While I did that, I'm just kind of like, the hell am I doing this for again? And I never really could give myself a solid answer as to why. I'm like, why am I doing this exactly? I mean, it never made sense to me. It's just it's sort of like the bro bump, I guess you could call it. But I'm like, who cares? But I can definitely tell you that when I knew I was transgender and I knew I wanted to transition, there was no doubt in my mind that when I was doing that just to fit in, I'm like, yeah, no, this don't feel right no more. Like this, it did not feel right anymore. I knew it. It's just those little things. It just didn't feel right anymore. Like that. Um, Obviously, I know some cis women that are huge sports nuts. I know some trans women that are humongous sports nuts. I'm not that huge of a sports nut. I like the Denver Broncos. They're my favorite football team. Can I tell you every single player on the team? God, no. Do I root for them every season regardless? Yes. Do I root for them when they're deep in the cellar? Yes. Have I followed the team with every stupid decision they've ever made? Absolutely. Even when they brought on Peyton Manning, I was still like, well, I'm still a Broncos fan. I'm a Broncos fan. I'm not a Peyton Manning fan, but I am a fan of the Broncos. But absolutely. It's backed up 4:30. That's not already not good. But yeah, so there is that. I mean, I'm not exactly gonna go out of my way and say, oh yes, I absolutely positively love let's insert sports team here, because if I don't, I don't. Hell, I live in Pennsylvania. Our two choices are the Steelers or the Eagles. And for the area of Pennsylvania that I live in, it's Eagles or bust. Well, I'm bust because I don't like the Eagles. So, yeah. But just going off of that, though, I mean, somebody's going to say that I'm superficial just because I want big boobs and I'm not like every other woman out there. Well, yeah, I'm not. There's no such thing as uniformity when it comes to the female gender. There's differences in all of us. Whether or not we were born female or we decided to transition into becoming female down the road, there's no such thing as uniformity. The only thing that stays constant is that female forms are softer, they're more kinder, and you obviously have a couple features that are not present on the male anatomy. The first of which are boobs, and the other one is a butt. Aside from the one piece of genitalia that definitely divides us right down the middle. You pretty sure you know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. The one piece of genitalia, either a taco or a sausage. I know euphemisms for different things. Trust me. I know many euphemisms. I'm very good at that. But yeah, so if somebody were to tell me that I'm self-centered and I'm just, I'm just like in it for vanity, that I just want to have huge boobs for, the sake of having huge boobs. I don't know what the risks and ramifications of my decision are going to be. I do actually know that. So let's just get this out in the open since we have a nice drive home with traffic today. What are the ramifications of having large breasts? Well, obviously back pain. You are running the massive risk for that. There's going to be a massive weight on the front of your chest pulling you downward. So obviously you're going to have to work on strengthening your back and your core. Two things that I have been working on. So check. You're going to have a difficult time finding clothing. Well versed in that. I've been versed in that ever since I became a teenager. Because when you're a teenager and you do your shopping for clothes at Kmart, yeah, that should tell you that you're pretty much screwed when it comes to finding styles and outfits. I pretty much figured that out when I was a teenager. When it comes to like the other aspects, well, you're going to have to buy larger bras, so it's going to become more expensive. Yes, but at the same time, no. So, depending on how large you go, you could actually probably get away with some very nice sports bras because they're just as supportive. And guess what? They're useful for more than just working out and playing sports. They actually function for daily wear. In fact, I actually will wear a sports bra every now and then with my forms as my daily wear. Hell, I wear one every day to help support my forms. So that alone is your first clue. Oh, I figured that asshole was listening to music. I heard him touching both sides of his ears. He's got a freaking headset on, bastard. Anyway, so I'm well versed in that, and I like how a lot of people are constantly saying about how I have a mental disease because of this. Well, here's the thing: if you're viewing transgenderism and me being transgender as a disease, I'd happily take that disease any day of the week, other than any other disease out there, like ignorance, stupidity, cancer, or anything like that. Why? Because I'm me. I'm happy to be me. That is all that matters at the end of the day, is that I am effectively me. If I didn't want to be me, I don't know who I would want to be. So I'm happy that I'm me, if that makes any sense to anybody out there listening or caring. But yeah, so there is that whole little debacle. So this is not a disease, it's not a like something, it's not a plague. You know, we're just wanting to live our lives. Let us alone. Yes, I want to have large breasts. Yes, I like the idea of me having big boobs. Yes, I'm well aware of what's going to happen. I'm well versed in what's going to go down. I'm going to look into getting surgery. They're going to cut me open. They're going to stick 2 silicone shells inside my body, and they're going to fill them up slowly over time with salt water. I'm well versed in what's going to happen. And then after X amount of point with the maximum fill, they're going to swap out said saltwater filled saline, or sorry, saltwater filled silicone shells with solid silicone implants. So I'm, again, well versed in what's going to be happening to me. I'm well aware of what my rest of my life is going to be like after I get my implants. I'm going to have a lot more getting used to. Yes, I'm going to have them on every day. They're not something that I can take off at night like my forms are. While I would love to do that now, unfortunately, I would get a massive rash all over my chest again because I did wear these for an entire week. Literally, an entire week, nonstop. I only took them off slightly to wash underneath them to try to prevent said rash, which failed miserably. So I ended up getting a rash anyway. Hence why I take them off at night so I can avoid that problem again. But yeah, I mean, I understand what having large breasts is going to entail. Oh, you're going to get looks. I'm well aware of that. Then again, to be completely fair, when you are a 6 foot tall, when you're a 6'2" guy, yeah, you already were getting looks, so I'm used to that. As a 6'1" woman, I don't care. Let them look. Let them stare. Sorry, guys, but I swing for the same team. I identify as female, and I am still in love with the female gender. Sorry. There, I said it. Hell, it's no secret to you guys. I've told you that I fell in love with a friend of mine, and she's trans, she's female. So there you go. I mean, it is what it is. So obviously, I mean, I'm still gonna be me, regardless of whether or not I'm dressed to the nines as a guy or, wearing fake breasts and having implants. Here's the newsflash for you: I'm going for the implants. I want a boob job. I've been skimping and scrimping and squirreling away little bits of cash every week to just wear forms for the rest of my life. I want to have breast implants, and that's the one thing that I am looking forward to in this. Even if I decide against getting bottom surgery down the road, which is a possibility, there are a couple transgender individuals that I do talk to, and some of them did have plans for bottom surgery, but have since actually just decided, you know what, I'll stick with it down there because I pass more as female, and I feel like that's something that I don't truly fully need. For me, boob job. I at least want breasts. I don't care if Captain Winky, as small as he becomes, stays. I at least want a boob job. I at least want my own set of breasts. Boobs that I can look down at every day and know that they're there. Other than these two. So, yeah. So for anybody out there that has been constantly going, she doesn't know what she's talking about, or she has no idea what she's getting herself into, let this video be sort of my little I do, actually. And I really do. I don't mean to get like irate about it or anything, but it just kind of irks me. And to be fair, guys, it is going to be one of my pet peeves if you keep like misgendering me or saying that I'm diseased or that I have a mental illness. Look, for starters, nobody in the world is sane. Not one soul, not one individual, nobody. One. Two. Don't ever tell me that I'm not sane. I'm the sanest person you probably know. And that's probably saying a lot. You might think, oh, I'm perfectly sane. I don't do this, this, or this. But at the end of the day, that's not what's making you sane. What's making you sane is the fact that, you willfully aren't acknowledging it. I'll acknowledge it here every now and then, but in my mind, I'm sane. I'm just going, comparative to other people, I'm probably the most sane person you know. So you don't know me as well as you think. But, that's my plan anyway. But, yep. And it's a wonderful day. I'm almost home. I'm debating if I want to violate my diet again, stopping at a bag of chips, because all I ate was 2 packs of crackers and I am hungry as hell. But I'm debating it if I want to, and I'm like, I really want to, but then part of me saying no, go home. And I'm gonna flip a mental coin in my head here. Screw it, I'll do it tomorrow if I want it. I got some leftover. I guess I have some cereal at home I can put into a bowl and take some into my bedroom with me tonight and munch on for snack. Got some Frosted Flakes. I was like, do I want to go? Do I want to stop getting a bag of chips? No, don't violate my diet. I can't eat them anyway. Don't violate your diet. Come on, girl. We're trying to lose weight, not gain it. But, yeah. So there you go. Like I said, I'm never going to deny it. I'm never going to say that, oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about, because I do. Like I said, for 11 years, I knew I was transgender. For 11 years, I had time to research what hormones would do to me. I knew what having a breast augmentation would entail. I'm well versed in it. I'm still a little annoyed that I have to get the psych eval, which I'm starting to have a harder time getting. And I really, really want to double check on this to see if I actually need this or not now, because since I am 100% confident and I know what I'm getting into, I actually want to double check this if I'm actually going to need it or not. Because I know what I'm getting into. I know exactly what's going to happen to my body. I know what's going to happen. I know how long it's going to take to recover. I know the process of which it's going to take. It's going to be a long and arduous journey, and I get that. But to be fair, when you spend 11 years in a body that you hate, and you're finally able to start changing that, I kind of feel like that should be the prerequisite of, I know what I'm doing. If this would have been like, oh, a year ago, I just came out, no idea what I was talking about or anything like that, yeah, I would say, yeah, welcome. I will gladly welcome a psych eval. 11 years, I kind of feel like not only do I have the psych eval pretty much nailed from the fact that I've done research and know what to expect, but I'm pretty much content with my decision. That should pretty much tell you that I know what I'm doing, I'm content with what I'm doing, and I'm good with my decision. Just saying, But anyway, though, guys, I'm almost home, so I will catch us all in the next video. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and I'll catch us all next time.